here's an idea. So this is based off of something I saw people doing. They would stream a game of a crane game, and they'd actually stream it. It'd be like actually occurring in Japan. There's the places that would set up crane games that you could play over the internet. And if you won in the crane game, you could send them your address and then they'd ship the prize to you internationally.
Or murder you.
And,
oh, God.
You was your prize.
Murder. What's up, everybody? We gotta say happy birthday to Slightly Less Than Perfect. We're turning 21 today. Woo, 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 woo.
We can drink now.
Yeah, look at that. 21 episodes out there. So, with that, we're gonna go right into the out of pocket. So, this one was, I don't know if it should be funny because it's kind of a serious thing, but I don't know. I got a chuckle out of it anyway.
usually I end up eating my own words when I say, yeah. But
so who's out of pocket? It says, my out of pocket for making my eldest do the laundry after causing the youngest to poo herself.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know. That's why I'm like, I had this one for a couple weeks and I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to put it, but I was like, whatever.
So OP caused the youngest to poo himself, or did the elder cause the youngest?
The eldest daughter caused the youngest daughter to poo herself.
Okay. It's a little different now.
Yeah. So it's mom, older daughter,
much less
daughter.
entertaining.
Yeah.
So older daughter 17, younger daughter is 14. My
okay,
oldest,
now that you know the ages, it's more entertaining again.
Okay. All right. So we good now? All right. The eldest daughter, 17, was cleaning the bathroom yesterday because it was her turn to do it this week. My youngest, 14, who has Crohn's disease. That's why I was kind of like,
damn it.
Yeah, I know. She said she had to use the toilet. The eldest asked her what she needed to do. The youngest responded, she's like, no, I needed number 2. The eldest refused to let her in the bathroom until she was done cleaning. As a result, the youngest ended up pulling herself. This is not the first time something like this has happened, and I explained to my eldest time and time again that unless someone is actively on the toilet, the youngest needs to go, then she needs to drop whatever she's doing and get rid of the bathroom. Okay, I made her do the laundry after this, and when she threw a temper tantrum about it, when my husband came home from work, he said that I'm cruel and being an asshole and should have just found a different punishment. So, was she out of pocket?
Nah, man.
Nope.
What the heck?
I think that's a simple enough punishment. I mean, because it's a well known thing around the family. It's like if she needed to go, she got to go. Like no time. It is what it is. Let her go to the bathroom.
Basically, you caused this, so
yeah.
We'll fix it.
And if the patient is just doing some poopy laundry, I mean, you could have not did that by just getting out the bathroom, but you wanted to be petty to your sister, so this is what you get.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah.
Then, kind of cut and dried. I knew I'd regret laughing. Damn it. But,
well, you didn't know all the details.
That's the fun part of it.
Damn it. You could have started with that one.
It went up. The inches went up, down, up, down. That's the kicker part of it. But,
jeez, man.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just sisters being petty to each other, which, I mean, is going to always happen. But it's like, you took a consequence for it. I mean...
Yeah, like
he's what it is. I don't think she's out of pocket. I think mom is within reason.
I think dad's out of pocket.
Yeah, what's he going through?
It's not like it's like she just like shoved her face in it like Cinderella style and like made her clean it. Because then that's out of pocket. But she was just like, clean it.
Yeah, this does sound like maybe the dad didn't know the whole story of everything that happened, and maybe like the eldest daughter got to him first and got him to be sympathetic. But
possibly, yeah.
Saying no, this is a totally fine punishment too. I mean, you did literally cause this, big sis. So
1 + 1 is 2.
Stop that. Be better.
You caused the dirt. You clean the dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt in this situation has to be some poop.
She was how old?
17 and 14. Like you're old enough. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Like you knew the possible consequences.
Yeah.
You just didn't think your mom was gonna go to that length, and you got caught with your pants down.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Another question we have to ask is, what's the damage? What's the actual damage?
No damage was specified. The damage was not specified in the story.
I have seen some situations where
I walked out of a few bathrooms in public places. I have.
And if you really want if you really want to know the story behind that, check out episode 4.
You know what? I was just thinking that. You bastard. This is your way. This was your way to do another shit story. We got away from this like 12 episodes ago.
We were supposed to be better.
We're supposed to be better.
But we're not.
What the hell?
Oh, man. New Year's, same us.
Man.
Same shit, different toilet.
Yep.
No. Different clothes, not the toilet.
Oof. So maybe Dad actually saw the damage and was like, this is cool.
You know what? I can see daughter, like the oldest, telling Dad about the damage, but just like embellishing a little bit. Just a little bit.
Dad, it was everywhere.
I was covered in it. It covered the walls.
It's in the pockets. How was I supposed to get it out of the pockets?
But I mean, like, when you think about it, otherwise it would be the mother cleaning up behind, the problem that you caused.
Exactly.
Is that more fair? No, it's not.
No, if they were younger,
exactly.
Like, because if it was like, let's say 7 and 5, and like she didn't necessarily understand like the severity of like what it was, whatever, mom has to clean it. Yeah. But I mean, like you were old enough to understand the situation and what's going on.
But also, if it was 7 and 5, and if let's say if it was in my family that had done that, someone's getting a spanking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So the ones who buckle my shoe for sure.
Take your choice. Take a pick. Yeah,
you want this ass whooping? I want to do that laundry. Most likely it's gonna end up being both. But
and I'm sure wife knows, very intimately, connected with like shitty clothes. Wives a lot of time have a very difficult task of washing their husband's clothes. And
everyone,
it's historically known that a lot of men don't wash their ass all too well. Clean their ass, wipe their ass, any of that shit. So she probably dealt with many a shitty underwear.
And if you want to know more about that, watch episode 5. So at that part, I'm gonna need you to like put in a sound clip saying the episode, because I don't really remember which one. I think it's like 16 or something.
We'll just wrap it up as like the origins of Slightly Less Than Perfect, which are mired in shit.
Mired in shit. Crawling through it.
Check out the timestamps to find out which one it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. That'd be quicker.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it from like the dad's point of view. Very difficult because like.
Yeah, I mean, he probably didn't get all the information. Heard half the story from somebody, or
Good point. I imagine you're coming home from work. You get suddenly accosted by, say, 17-year-old, right? She's like, "Dad, Mom made me wash blah blah blah's poopy clothing," and you're just like, "What?
How did we get here?"
That's what. Yeah, you asked that. That's the question. You asked that. You don't get mad, right?
But it's like, depending on what you're explained to next, your outlook of this can be different. It's like, I was just cleaning the clothes and she was out there and she pooped her pants and Mom was like, it's my fault and now I gotta clean the clothes. And technically what she is saying there all did happen, but
there are key points missing.
Key points. Like, she tried to get in, but I told her no because I'm an asshole. So, yeah.
A lot of parents too, they coddle their kids like way too long. Like, like we said, this wouldn't be okay if like they were younger. A lot of times, a lot of people treat their kids, even though they're like older teenagers, as if they were. Yeah,
they were the consequences of their actions are the same as they would get for a child.
Yeah. Because that's what I thought initially when I heard it's like.
Yeah, me too.
She's just a kid. Like, why would you do that? But she's 17, dude. Like, calm down. She calls it.
The love of it.
Yeah.
But this week, Breezy, you had an article for us, right? You gave us. We read an article. We all read an article.
Yep. Slightly Less Than Perfect is getting a little bit more topical, folks. So I do got some articles. If you guys have some articles, maybe we should get like a place for them to send us stuff that they want us to cover.
A comment section.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I think you should post a comment there.
Actually, you know what? Use our social media. Yeah. Well, we don't got the Discord set up just yet, but we do have a TikTok and an Instagram. So if you guys
send us those,
just DM us stories on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah, something you might be interested in, something you want us to talk about, something you might just want to know our opinions on. Yeah, like let us know.
Got any out of pockets for us?
Yeah, send them there. Yeah, too. Breeze. We'll put the links for everything in down below. So just let us know.
Exactly. We'll choose the ones we like, of course. But
dang, we get lucky.
We don't say that.
Hey, we might get lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, or we might choose the ones we don't like, just to be devil's advocate.
We are kind of chaotic here. A lot of chaotic energy from the host.
Depending on.
Yep. First story though is we'll do the Silent Hill one. So the article headline for this one is Silent Hill remake team is done with psychological horror. So we just learned about
I remember afterwards this is a Kotaku article, right?
Kotaku
article,
by the way. We'll put the link to both the articles we talk about. We might talk about two, might talk about one, depending on how the time goes, but we'll put them link in them in the description.
Yep. So that's the article headline, and very divisive right away. This is the team who just got Silent Hill 2 remake.
One of the hottest remake topics that out there, because Konami's been under fire since the Kojima incident, which we'll call it. And they haven't done anything positive. Well, I wouldn't say anything positive. They haven't produced a new game or new IP since their Kojima and their departure. So this is like the first thing that's going to be to have their name on it.
Yep.
Yeah, what was the last new Konami joint?
The last thing I heard about was like pachinko stuff, but I think if anything, it would have been something obscure we never heard of. Maybe some mobile titles, maybe something.
But I'm like, as far as mainstream goes, or something that would actually make the money. From their terrible.
Actually, you know what? They have been doing like the Castlevania remake, because that's Konami, right? Castlevania. Yeah, they've been doing those compilations.
New IP. They haven't had anything new since.
Nothing new. Just compilations.
Just compilations, remix, remasters, a bunch of those.
They're getting hella active now, though. Metal Gear is coming out.
Right.
The remake and the compilation of those. So
because they need something.
Yeah, but
something to go for them.
They got a team who they're called Bloober, and they aren't super duper proven yet. Whereas you got on the other side, Capcom side, you got Resident Evil. Kind of made by a tried and true, either with Resident Evil 2, you got the Capcom developers themselves. Right. Or you got Resident Evil 3, Platinum, pretty much did that, ex-Platinum employees. But this one's like a team who hasn't done anything like heavily mechanical, like in terms of game mechanics.
Yeah. So like I remember they are the developers of Layers of Fear, right?
Yep. Layers of Fear, and Mark mentioned Medium.
I played Medium.
Before we recorded. So the headline, they're saying basically they're done with psychological horror and they're moving on to a game that's known for psychological horror. So how do you unpack that? That's the conversation.
I mean, if I'm just like, just read, when you sent the article and I just read the title, I was just like, I mean, it's a couple ways you can just shoot yourself in the foot, or just jump off a cliff. Because I mean, this is the way it sounds. So I'm like Silent Hill 2. Like when I think video game psychological horror, like Silent Hill is the first thing that comes to mind.
The absolute first
thing, and it's like I'm not even a big horror fan or a big psychological horror specifically, but it's like those two go together, peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think when I think psychological horror, I will take that over Resident Evil in my head. Anytime.
Yeah, because psychological horror, that's the one that gets into your bones and like makes you feel it. Because like jump scares and stuff, like it'll get you for a second, or like the big monsters, just like it's cool and whatever. But the stuff that really messes with you, that sticks with you, that's that.
Silent Hill. Silent Hill's king. And so now we have to unpack this statement.
So the article did go on to say that the developers had to sort of explain themselves a little bit because the internet reacted pretty viscerally. And I thought, with a statement that's as sensational as that, you really do need to have the people explain themselves. And I feel as if they did do a good job explaining themselves, but to really understand that, you kind of need to understand where that developer is coming from in their previous projects.
Stuff they made.
Right. So you want to talk about Layers of Fear?
Yes.
Because Breezy, you didn't play Layers of Fear either, right?
I didn't.
Okay, because I knew very, very little about. Like I heard the name before. Like I seen like maybe a screenshot or something, but like I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I'd really like to show you guys just like a 5 minutes of Layers of Fear. Just 5 minutes of it, you'll understand what the rest of the game is like. But like when you're talking about psychological horror, think like PT, right? Where you're just walking through And there isn't anything that can actually kill you in the game, but there is plenty that just mess with your head, just scare you just a little bit, just being eerie. That is all what Layers of Fear is.
Okay.
Just a long, full campaign of that. But in that game, there aren't any game mechanics. You can walk and you can open doors. There's no shooting, no sprinting, no jumping. It's just all the horror, all the psychological horror. Okay. And in the rest of the article that I read, basically Bloober is saying is we're done with the gameplay mechanicless psychological horror. Now we need to get into the horror where you are trying to survive something that actually can kill you. Yep. Like in Layers of Fear, there's no game over screens.
But let me get their quote right quick. They mentioned we are focused. Yeah, we are focused on the mood. We are focused on the quality of the graphics. We are focused on the story and the music, but we didn't put a lot of attention on the gameplay mechanics. Then they said this year is the closing of that era and of making psychological horror games.
Yes. Yeah, and I can attest to that from playing Medium, because I talked about it, you guys a bit about it before, but Medium was just like, it was just that, like that statement. It was like, it looked good, like it was interesting enough, like with the mechanic of like going to, I can't remember if it was hell and just earth or whatever, but like you're going through these two different worlds, and the gameplay mechanics, they were better because they did have gameplay mechanics more so than they did in Layers of Fear, but it was still like very, very lacking. And it was just, the game left a lot to be desired. Like it wasn't bad by any means. Like it had like all the framework and stuff to be like a good game. It just wasn't enough to like captivate me. And like really, realistically, the only reason that I ended up playing it was because it was on Game Pass. So I downloaded, played it for a bit, played it for an hour, and I was like, I enjoyed it. Like back in the day, it was a good blockbuster rental for the weekend. But like, I don't know if I could have played the entire game like that.
Yeah, there's an audience for that, but it's super niche, and I think they made a lot of statements about like making mass market horror games. So I think they're trying to get to that, and they're trying to find their lane to make their games more interesting to more people.
Yeah, which is fair, because I mean, like that's what everyone's going, right? That's what that should be the desire of all game creators. But I think too, with horror is interesting too, because you come into essentially when you start off, you have two lanes you can go in. You can go into the, I want to scare them and they're able to do something about it, or I want to scare them and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and so I like the first category.
Yeah, same with me. Like it's like the Outlast and stuff where like you can't do anything in that horror genre. It's like they're entertaining and I think they're cool to watch, but like for me, like I don't like playing a game like that. So like I'm always gonna go to that other game first, and like I feel like once you make that decision, then that opens up like where you want to go. And it just seems like they didn't. Their big decision was like adding stuff to do. Or, you know, not having stuff to do, because you didn't have anything to do in their previous games, and they're slowly adding more and more stuff to do. And it seems like they're trying to make Silent Hill like the compilation of like all of their knowledge and where they kind of want to go.
But I gotta say, there is actually a middle ground to those two things. And that's being able to do things until you run out of ammo. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's still in the two ideas. It's just, you know, the lower end of that one.
True. So like, Silent Hill, right? Especially Silent Hill 2, you can't just kill everything. I mean, that's how survival horror always is.
Yeah. Pick and choose your battles.
So you gotta wonder where the devs are gonna go with this. Like, obviously, in order to make a remake of Silent Hill 2, you have to be able to fight somewhat. But how competent do they want to make you? Like, it's like comparing Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, you can be that angel of death if you want and just murder everything. Resident Evil 2, you can't do that.
Oh, you can, but you're so screwed by the end of it.
You got lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the game was like, lucky. Sorry, here, win. Because I had no ammo at the very last boss.
But, yeah. So yeah, it's like, how competent are they going to make you? That's going to determine where the game goes. I'm a little worried because
me too.
This developer, nothing in their pedigree kind of seems as if they'd be able to make a mechanic based Silent Hill game. You know, like they don't have that that Resident Evil 2 remake energy. You know, they don't have 20 years of making third-person shooters to pull from.
Yeah, and they also have had no interest in it whatsoever until they absolutely now have to.
Yeah,
yeah, that's also kind of like
yeah.
But like I said, with Medium, they did start to add some stuff to it, so like it wasn't completely off the table, but it definitely wasn't like forefront by any means.
Yeah,
if they were working for Capcom, I'd have like more, more hope, but they aren't.
But it's interesting too that they didn't get somebody from. That they didn't. Oh, I guess they don't really have anybody left, do they?
It's Konami, bro.
That's what I'm like.
That hurts.
I gotta be real. Hey,
I know.
We real on the podcast. I'm sorry, we real.
You're right, and that's why I didn't realize it as I was saying it, and I was just like, they don't. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So okay.
I'm not trying to shit on the devs. The devs, they have a pedigree, they have what they like, and now they're thrust into this new thing.
Yeah, and all we can do is really like hope that they do something great.
Yeah. Like, if they were making like a full PT game, I'd totally root for that. Because like they've proven that they can do that. I'm just wondering, if you actually gotta pull triggers.
I guess my question to you guys: how big of Silent Hill fans are you guys? Like,
I'm an interested observer. I've actually never played one all the way through, but the stories have captivated me. I think I do want to eventually go back and play them, but I have spoiled a shit ton of stuff too. But the stories and characters are really high for me, video game wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am actually a very big fan. I know the lore of the entire series, beginning to end. I played through 2, but that's the only one that I played through. And most of it was sitting behind my brother watching as he got his ass kicked. And then after he beat the game and I knew where all the scary parts were, then I'd go through. I was like 11 at the time, by the way.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a little farther removed than you are, Breeze, because I'm like, I'm at the point where like, I am very interested in like the stuff that is revolving around it, like what it is. I don't know if I would necessarily make the plunge to ever play it, because I don't know if it's necessarily my cup of tea, but I would definitely love to watch like a playthrough or see it or whatever, interact with it. But I'm definitely entertained, and like, this is interesting too, because it's like, right now, this is a moment in history, because it's like, this studio, if they do this well, like, this opens the doors for them to do a lot of things, and like whatever games they have in their pipeline that they want to do, it kind of opens them up to do whatever. And this also opens up for them to do more remakes, you know what I'm saying? If they want to do 4 or whichever one, or a new one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a good time for gaming too, because like Silent Hill fans, like Ryan, you guys have had a fucking Silent Hill game in God knows how long. So like, if this is the thing, this is a good moment in history, like a good point in history to like, you guys have an opportunity to make something great. Or you completely fumble the bag and just ruin it completely and just kind of shoot the franchise, the company, and everything else in the foot.
Well, they got a lot of shit coming out. They made that announcement 5 or 6 months ago or so. And they got a lot of Silent Hill games and other multimedia projects coming out. So they're going full bore into it. So if this doesn't succeed, they got some other stuff that could, tantalize the fandom as well.
Yeah, but I think
how many of them are they going to cancel?
That's the thing too.
Good point.
Because I'm like, if this is kind of like because the video game Silent Hill is a video game. Like, that's its core. That's where it started. So I mean, like, if the video game part doesn't,
Sure, it's not a pachinko machine.
you're right. It could be. It could be a pachinko machine. As far as I know, it could be. It could be. Its origins could be a pachinko machine. But I'm like, the average person thinks it's a video game. So I mean, the video game being successful would be like the most important thing.
Pachinko.
No more pachinko.
Just like Castlevania.
No more pachinko.
That really cool pachinko,
Dude,
Metroidvania.
if you see any really good looking Konami cutscenes, they're coming from a pachinko machine.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Metal Gear Solid pachinko.
It's like, oh god, Metal Gear Solid 3 looks so good. What is this, PS5? It's a pachinko machine.
Yeah. PS.
Pachinko machine.
No, what I really like from the studio is that this is giving them the opportunity to expand their repertoire.
Right.
So even if this fails, hopefully
it doesn't though.
If it does or if it doesn't, hopefully they can survive it as a studio. I'm kind of scared for them as a studio, but if they do survive, their next project is probably going to be fire. Even if this fails.
You want me to? Can I make a prediction?
Shoot.
I think that the game will succeed, and the reason I think that is because Silent Hill 2 is very moody. It survives on its mood.
Yeah.
And they have proven that they can do that. No one is going to think back on Silent Hill 2 and think, oh, now that game had some of the best shooting mechanics I've ever played on a PlayStation 2. No one's ever going to go like, oh, that game is a real melee powerhouse. I mean, just stand aside, Demon Souls. This is how you do third-person action. No, they're all going to think about the story and the mood.
You know what?
And they hit that.
I can bet on that because because I mean, like, even if the gameplay is just like bare minimum and just get you from point A to point B to get more of the psychological horror, I think that'll be enough because they've proven they can do the psychological aspect right. So if you can just make a vehicle to get from point A to point B to keep that going, I think that puts you at the upper echelon.
It would be extremely on brand for Silent Hill.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Right. So I mean, like, but if you change that and actually push the envelope and actually make good gameplay as well as that, then I think that's what gives you the keys to rewrite whatever you want to do.
Yeah, we're just concerned that they most likely won't be able to do that.
Yeah,
as long as the gameplay doesn't mess up the mood. Like, remember I was talking about, like, the American-made Silent Hills where main character is just beating up monsters and it looks like Streets of Rage. That'll mess up. That'll make the game fail immediately.
Yeah, you need to be very human.
Yes.
And like horror games, you need to be human to make that horror, like, really dig into you.
Especially in this one. James was superhuman. And I don't mean that as a compliment. Like, he was the normalist.
The most boring, generic, run-of-the-mill, random guy.
Dude, he got tired after...
He can do shit.
Yeah. What the heck?
I mean, it is what it is, though.
It is what it is. It is what it is. You guys gonna get it?
I mean... I plan on watching it being...
Dead Space, you know?
True. Dead Space I plan to get 100%.
True.
But I don't plan on playing Silent Hill, but I do plan on watching someone play. So, like, whatever streamer I'm into at the time, like, watching them play, or if you guys decide to do it, or if you guys want to see us go through it. I mean, like, we'll see. You know, we plan on doing some streaming content soon, so we'll see how that goes.
I'll get it and I'll play it.
I'll buy it to support the studio.
That's another thing too. Like I contemplate that a lot with, like, small, not necessarily smaller studios, but studios that are doing projects that, like, I might not necessarily like the project, but I like what they're doing, and I'll do that too.
Yeah, I'll support the studio unless it looks like something I overwhelmingly will not play. Then
facts. Then I'm just like, you gotta do something to bring me in, bro. This is not the one.
You gotta be honest with ourselves. I'll check it just to make sure that it's not like one of those Silent Hills where.
She looking at us?
No, she just ran up and she just ran away. She's feeding, her new thing is feeding the Piper and Harley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I stay here, that was the highlight of my day as well.
What?
Feeding the animals. That was the highlight of my day as well.
Yeah, she loves doing it. That's the thing now. Yeah. She can carry it.
It's so fun.
She's like doing them snacks and stuff. And I always gotta tell her now, like, don't feed them. Like, eat your food, and we'll feed them their food later.
Okay, we got one more topic. Next topic is, we got time for another topic, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we only had a halfy boy. We got another 20, 30 minutes we can rant for.
Okay. Next topic was, it was another Kotaku article. It was, the Craigslist. Craigslist ad begs someone to buy a video game store for $1 million.
Yeah, that was a fun read. That was a real fun read.
Yeah, I didn't read that one, so you guys gotta clue me in on this.
It is exactly how it presents itself. It's this guy. He's owned this video game store for like 30 years, and he just says, "I want to retire. I'm selling my store. It's $1 million.
On Craigslist.
On Craigslist. Unless your Elon Musk is $1.5 million. I don't know why he's charging Elon Musk. What beef he got with Elon?
Because he got it. That's the only reason.
But I mean, I feel like if the regular everyday person got 1 million, you should charge Elon like 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? I think 1.5 is not. But you know what? He did say he just want to retire. He's not trying to be a greedy man.
Yeah.
She's just trying to retire. Oh, you also get like a 15-foot blow up Mario.
Yep.
He says like 20,000 video games between his house. And, I mean, his actual house and the actual building he's selling.
Yep. Yeah, he got them all in his garage. He's trying to give the games away so he can actually have space in his garage to do stuff.
Why would you want to do stuff with a perfectly good game garage?
Well, he needs he probably wants the money to fuck off. Because I mean, that's what it sounds like. Because he's trying to retire. He's just like, that's his plan to retire, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if he retired though, because I checked out the Facebook page and it still looks like a garage. Same blow up stuff. So I don't think he was able to sell it.
That's not on Craigslist though, because I looked on Craigslist earlier.
Yeah, it actually is not, because there's a link to it through the Kotaku article, and it just linked to a deleted page. Yeah, so he took it down. So it could be maybe somebody bought it, but
or maybe it could be in process. Because I mean,
it could be in process.
You gotta take it down. You know, when you're in process of buying it, maybe you know, fingers crossed for Dave.
I think it went up June 25th. So yeah, somebody might actually bought it.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Just been may have just been a problem of vandalism too. You know, internet vandalism.
Yeah, true.
Could be
true.
Hope it ain't nothing like that, but you never know. But it was just a hilarious story to read because
he just ready to retire. Maybe he been at it for like 30 something odd years, and that takes passion.
Yeah,
it does.
That's a lot of passion.
He's more of a gamer than we could ever hope to be.
Hell yeah! Shout outs to that legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. Legend's like the only way to describe him.
Yeah,
playing for longer than we've been alive, almost.
Yeah.
Almost facts.
And he's been doing retro. It's strictly retro games,
which is awesome because that's the only place you can get them is like those mom and pop shops like that. That's the only place you can do retro games now. I'm
glad they exist because a lot of stuff I buy ends up from those stores through like maybe eBay or something.
Yeah, because I kind of butthurt with this replay because I mean I know the like those mom and pop stores they do upcharge you a bit because I mean they do have to make their profit on it. Yeah. But like places like this replay and stuff they just overgouge you on like the prices of like certain things because they go by like the whatever the internet resale value of it instead of like the market value of it, which is like, bro.
Yeah. Don't the mom and pop shops. They charge you like humans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, you know, you gonna pay extra $50, but you're not paying extra $300-$400 for, you know, for these collectibles and stuff.
Usually, in my experience, they end up charging way less than you'd expect.
Same.
So I'm like, dang, this is very like it's way more affordable than it should be.
Because I bought the bike shop by Ryan's place like back in the day. Like I bought a couple things from there that I couldn't find anywhere else that was like a couple bucks cheaper.
Cool.
Well, a lot cheaper. I should say.
Yeah, I found like half of my Legacy of Kain collection at the shop by your place.
You can check that place out again. I think they closed though.
They probably closed. They had to go through a whole pandemic. And
yeah, I don't know if they would have made it through the pandemic just because like. I mean, but on the other side, though, maybe they thrived, though, because it is a bike shop during pandemic. I mean, biking was a lot of people just bought bikes to commute to places. So, I mean, it wouldn't be crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be crazy. And they're selling video games, too. And you just play those out.
And whatever random stuff they had there in between times.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good. Like, I don't know. I hope somebody bought it.
Yeah, I do too. I kind of wish they would have more pictures of it. Like the more of the stuff he has, like some of the collectibles and stuff. Yeah. Because I feel like if you saw like the stuff they had, people might be more willing. The people that had the money or even thinking about it might be more willing to see or even pull together, have a couple of people maybe buy it versus like, you know, not having anything.
Yeah, imagine crowdfunding that purchase.
That'd be sick. And then now the internet owns it. But what would the internet do with that?
Do you treat it like its own country? Like vote for like the manager to work there?
I guess so. Then you have a internet funded business that just started?
Isn't that what I meant? But
okay.
It's a good idea. I'd actually
have a concept. An idea, I guess.
I'd entrust it to some kind of trust, basically. And have that trust foundation crowdfund the purchase of it. And then afterwards, what would you do? Would you just run it normally?
No, you gotta upscale it somewhat.
Yeah, I think I would just redo it, make it give it a more modern look, and then make it more of like a museum / gift shop type deal. Mm-hmm. You know, like how you have like the keeps like some of the old collectibles, like keep them there, like keep a lot of the original stuff, so like people can view like some of the older like video games, systems and stuff. And like if you could like have like a theater room type deal in the back, and like have like so you can play all the old systems. Like if you can get them working, they're still working. So like a Dave and Buster's, but with like old systems and stuff. But like you have like a museum, so has gift shops up front, but then you have like a place to play classic games and stuff in the back.
It's sort of like have stations up for everything, and I don't know, switch them out every so often.
Yeah, so yeah, you know, you have like let's say, I don't know, for example, let's say the Sega came out on June 5th or whatever, right? So like for this month of June, you have like all the different Segas up there and Sonic merch and stuff like that, and then like. Let's say the NES came out in November. You did that, and like have all the Nintendo stuff with Mario and F-Zero and Yoshi, and then they have the different Nintendos and stuff. I think it'd be something cool to do.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because you just have to. I guess it'd just be a question of logistics, but if you could get it going, straight up, man, absolutely.
Yeah, the logistics sound like a nightmare, and I'm not the planning type of guy to light Yaga me that pick together. Like I don't know, like you need high IQ to do that.
I guess you could, you know, I was going to say you could stream it, but, dog, loud dog. Pipe. Listen to that.
The face. This is like, whoops. I wish we could have captured that.
Oh man, this episode's gonna be fun for you guys.
You know, here's an idea. So this is based off of something I saw people doing. They would stream a game of a crane game, and they'd actually stream it. It'd be like actually occurring in Japan. There's the places that would set up crane games that you could play over the internet. And if you won in the crane game, you could send them your address, and then they'd ship the prize to you internationally.
Or murder you.
And,
oh, God.
It was your prize.
Murder.
And I was thinking, what if you had like a communal retro game where people could play retro games in like a Twitch chat communally, and then like if they die or something, control gets sent over.
Past the controller?
Yeah, past the stick.
Oh, that'd be super dope.
And like, what if you had like, what if you made a game that was made to be very efficient at that concept, where it'd be like 32 players. So if anyone died there, they'd pass the stick to another viewer, and 32 players, it'd be a lot faster than just one player.
Right, so, yeah, you just keep it going, so you just hop in line. You don't put your virtual quarter on the table.
Mm-hmm. Nice. No, that's really good.
I don't know what you would do, like what game you would do or how you would do it, but like I love the concept of it.
Fucking pack.
Kind of fun. Galaga, something like that. Space Invaders. Something.
Just a bullet hell, just some type of bullet hell.
Snake.
What is everyone control the direction?
Ooh, no, we ain't. What was the Pokemon game they did that for?
All of them?
Oh, yeah. Twitch plays Pokemon? Yeah, Twitch plays.
Oh, everyone controls a different button?
Yeah, it was chaotic. It was chaotic, dude.
Oh, I read that they managed to complete a Nuzlocke.
They did. It took a long ass time, but they did it.
A Nuzlocke?
Yeah, they managed to.
Nah, bro.
A Twitch plays Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
That's gotta be
They got efficient. It started off as like, it's almost like a brand new born robot. Like, it's just, like a robot deer. Eventually, they got used to their legs and became a well-oiled, chaotic machine.
just like a normal deer, where every Twitch viewer controls one neuron.
Oh god!
Oh man, yeah, they seem like baby giraffes.
That'd be the most creature.
I don't think we can say that globally, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a slur in America, but everywhere else it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll mute it.
We'll have to bloop that out.
Bloop it out.
Fuck. Shit, dick down.
Yeah, we said everything else.
Yeah, might as well, you know, I guess.
I don't want to insult anybody.
No, I'm gonna throw dirt in anyone's eye.
Oh, well, that's the article.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. Last thought before we go. How would you make a Superman game good? I was up last night, like I was
Man.
in thought, and I was just like, because I don't know, I was thinking about, like, I was kind of like, I don't remember what anime I watched, but it was something just strong, power, and I was just thinking that thing, and I was just like, how would you do a Superman game that was good and compelling? And so, I give you my first before you guys think about it, because I thought about it last night. But I thought about, what if you had a game that was more so Lois Lane trying to find out who is Superman. So you do it like
someone murders Mario.
I remember that.
I'm thinking of, like, you said it in like thinking like noir style. So you got, imagine Lois Lane, noir style. She has a reporter, but she has like a pistol. Just a pistol, like little 6 pistols. So like it gives you like, and it's kind of a stealth game of her trying to get to trying to figure out who Superman, reporter, trying to figure out who Superman is, what's his identity, is he good, is he bad, like what it is, but she has a pistol. So that gives you like, some gameplay, so you can do something, you can interact or whatever. But on the other side of it, like, I want you to be able to play with Superman too.
Of course.
Like later on. Yeah. But it's like, I want the game to start off with like Lois trying to find out who's Superman, and like as their relationship grows, then you unlock, playing with Superman and Clark Kent. And I think the 3 of them can make a very compelling game. Like having 3 different intertwining stories. Like, so you don't necessarily like pick a person and play like their story to the end, but you kind of like play through the story. And like some parts are Superman, some parts are Lois Lane, and some parts are Clark Kent. And I think that you have the stealth with Lois Lane type deal. You have like, the Superman doing Superman stuff. And I think Clark Kent should be more of like a Persona style, like social link, maybe calls up Bruce Wayne to do so. I don't know, whatever. Just do a social link style.
Yeah, funny enough, 30's Lois Lane was wild. She was that. That's why people love Lois Lane so much, because like she's this like she's not a thrill seeker, but her dad was like a army guy, so she inherited like a lot of his toughness. So she does stuff like that. She'll have a gun on her going.
I didn't know that. I only know like the modern Lois, who's just like insert generic girl reporter. Yeah, she's his girlfriend.
Just exists.
Yeah, Lois with a pistol is pretty on brand for like 30s
Okay,
Lois.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, she's a Spitfire. So, yeah, that fits.
I think it's a good idea, but I don't know how well the fans would receive it. Like, if they come into a Superman game, they'd just be expecting straight Superman.
Yeah, but the way he couched it was pretty good, because like you start off, because it's a narrative game through and through. So that's the selling point. But then you play as like all the characters to ramp up to play Superman. So
as a narrative game, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Cause like, one of the things that surprised me most about the Telltale Batman games was how fun the Bruce Wayne gameplay was.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's kind of where I was thinking about. Like, you can make, if you do the writing well enough, like you can make like non-action based things like have that same tension and same fun caliber as like regular action games and stuff.
Yeah. Well, as for the Superman gameplay, what would you guys do there?
Yeah, that's the actual question, because nobody's solved that shit yet. There's a lot of, I've been thinking about that too. It's really, really interesting, because you are Superman. You're fucking Superman. Should you even have a health bar as Superman?
Actually, I was thinking that too.
No, I like the way the 360 game did it, where like the city had a health bar. The city had a health bar. You had to like, you were just timed on doing stuff.
More of a, I'm sorry.
Or like environment. Like I like it more time based stuff, because like that's how Superman's so stick, right?
Yeah.
So like maybe not necessarily like the city had a health bar, but like if you're saving someone, like their ability to hold their breath. Like what your health bar changes to like whatever you're doing in the moment.
Yeah, it's really you're kind of challenging Superman's ability to like multitask and do things in a effective manner with all these godlike powers. So you don't like kind of handicap the player in terms of mechanics. Like Superman can virtually do anything. You know, have you guys seen that indie Superman?
I did. I really liked it. Like it still needed like some hitbox detection stuff. But like it was. I like the groundwork a lot.
Yeah. The idea of it.
I agree with you that Superman should not have a health bar and that everything else should be the determinator. But I was thinking about like, if you were going to play as Superman, I was thinking that you should not have a death state. There should never be a time that you're sent back to the main menu. Instead, if you fail, you fail. And the story continues around that.
Yeah.
That is a hot take on it. I like that.
No, it's brilliant because like the whole thing with Superman is you have to balance. This could be like the ultimate game for you to balance that morality system. Cause you could do anything. You have the ultimate power.
You know why I do like that? Cause I was trying to figure out a way for cause like when I was thinking about the Lois Lane part last night, I was trying to figure out a way to make it so that Lois Lane would kind of think Superman's evil, but kind of like I was trying to figure out a way to how you do like a good and evil storyline type of deal, but that's perfect. That's great. Cause like if you fuck up enough missions and Superman just kind of like
this loses dude ain't shit.
Yeah. And it just becomes a villain. I mean like,
and you know, the whole game is like the public kind of reacting to the shit you do. You know, if you're fucking up or if you're doing things right. So
I love that.
Yeah, and your perks can be based off of that too. Yeah. Like, what if you Superman? You want to use like your powers to like get money and bitches.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, but I get what you're saying though. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, that could be. I mean, that could be how you do your unlockables, right? Like, your fandom, like. Whatever your hierarchy, your tier level, that could be like how your powers tier up.
Like I was thinking, like you could gain more trust from people. Like imagine if for some reason instead of like Supermaning something, you needed to calm someone down.
Yeah,
like you could do that by just being well regarded, and you could say it, and they trust you because you're Superman. But, you know, if you go around snapping necks and cashing checks and you tell someone...
I like that too. Like having a trust meter, having a trust meter be like the...
Like a perk. Like an ability is to... What's the word I'm looking for? When... Mediate. Yeah.
Mediate. Yeah, I like that. Because, you have your two spectrums. You got your villain Superman, stuff like, interrogation, snapping neck after interrogation, or like, the calming, whatever. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of it.
I think the trust meter too could be, you could use that to like make, like if the public trusts you, they're more likely to come with you without, any sort of resistance.
Right. For like rescue missions and stuff, whatever.
Save you time, so you can multitask better.
You are Superman, true, but you still only have 2 arms.
True. Right.
So,
2 arms.
So your repertoire with the cops and stuff too, like, hey, maybe you should if the cops do take care of this thing in the East, I can take care of the thing in the West. Stuff like that.
And make cops reliable. Make them reliable.
That's something they don't do in games. I mean, it's realistic, but I mean, like, they stop doing it.
It's true. That could be a big part of it too, like you helping to actually kind of build up the police force, and not just police force, but like other city aspects. Oh, the water's fucked up.
Oh, it's perfect for Lois. Lois would be able to do that as a reporter. She'd have her own reputation too. Yeah,
she could actually tie into it, and like they could together improve the city.
Well, there you go. That's your city sim. Because I mean, like that's
Although I do want to throw in a curveball here.
Lex Luthor?
No, I think the only valid opponent for Superman is Superman.
Or somebody that is a super being.
No, just another Superman. Or maybe many other Supermans.
The final villain?
That's he has enough villains to where you could do it, Superman. Because Parasite's a good... Because Parasite, he sucks his powers. And that's a good villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah, I would do it like... I would do it like... Arkham, like how the Arkham Asylum games do. Like some villain, like put all the Superman's big hitters there, and like have some of them like Lois. Let's say Lois finds the trail to somebody and she gets captured, and then like now you have to switch to Superman to finish the mission to like rescue her, and like you got your time bar pops up to like how long until you rescue her. You got to follow her trail and stuff. Yeah. Like I like that for like, and then, you know, introduce some of the big ones like. Having them like Solomon Grundy, like you have to stop Solomon Grundy in Central Park before he destroys the rest of the city, like stuff like that. Like I think that'd be a good way to put a bunch of the. I think you can put a lot of Supermans and either put. I think I would do a Brainiac Lex Luthor fusion for the final boss because you got to do something like crazy. Like Lex Luthor is slowly becoming more neurotic and doing crazy and crazier feats throughout the game. Come to find out that Brainiac got to Lex Luthor and now they're trying to. Be nefarious. Yeah. Insert nefarious acts.
Superman's Rogue Scholar is actually pretty underrated. Like, he got some really good ones in there. Brainiac, Lex Luthor, Darkseid.
They're all up against Superman.
Yeah. But that's what I mean to say. Like, they challenge him in different ways. Like, Mr. Mixelpick. That's
that would be fun. Yeah. That'd be fun, man.
That'd be fun. You know, what I would do with him was like, he's literally around the city. You just need to find him.
You know? I just have him come in at random times to your storyline and just fourth wall it. Like he literally messes with the game.
Yeah. I was thinking, like have him just turn stuff to look hyper realistic or look like a cartoon when everything else is realistic.
Yeah.
Go up, grab your no. He wouldn't grab your health bar. He'd put a health bar up there.
Punch you just to knock you out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. That's a lot of fun. And then the challenge is making him say his own name, which that's a challenge. Like, I don't even know how to design it. It's a challenge
for the design.
You gotta design the way that you would make it so to allow the player to be able to do it. And then they relay it to the player in a way that they will be able to figure it out.
Jesus, I got a headache thinking about that.
Would you get him voiced by Don Knotts?
Oh, well, he's dead. So is Gilbert Gottfried. They're both dead.
Yeah, that would be pretty tough, wouldn't it?
Actually, she's the only loud person I think of at this moment.
I think Cardi B's voice, if you make it like Mr. Mixelplex's like sister or something,
no,
you have Cardi B,
just her voice,
Mrs. Mixelplex.
No, just Mixelplex. He can
be anything. He's a fourth dimensional.
Perfect. Yeah. Then I'll put it out there now. If we ever do a Superman game. And Mixelplex is in there. Cardi B is our first ballot choice for our voice actor.
Yeah, with Gilbert Gottfried, rest in peace, not here anymore. That's the next best choice.
Next best choice, yeah. But I think Cardi B, her doing that, that will be.
Otherwise, you have to make him too refined. You have to be like a
British gentleman.
Yeah, distinguished British gentleman.
There are a few of those. Tim Curry.
Tim Curry is a good shout out.
Tim Curry?
Yeah.
I like unhinged Tim Curry more than regular Tim Curry, though.
Yeah. Tim Curry, that's great.
I think we should end it there. Before it gets more stupid than that.
Jesus.
Alright.
Yeah, you ended on a big one. I wasn't expecting that one.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a fun one, man. So we talked about a couple of Kotaku articles. Dave, and I hope Dave sold his store. Good luck to the Silent Hill team. What's the name of the team?
Bloober.
Good luck to Bloober, and I hope they figure out what they need to do to make this a good game. And check out for our Superman game that we may make, may or may not make. We see how it goes. But until then, remember, stay warm, your pillow stay cold.
All right, stay perfect, chat.